Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine, it's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests to share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out Real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Hi everybody, welcome to Fist and Friday.
Why so formal?
Was that formal?
Yeah. Everybody, welcome to
Fisting
Fisting Friday.
Shoo up, what do?
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Instead of Fisting Friday.
See, we had our little shoo up, Meghan Trainor doo-wop moment, and then we went into our NFL intro.
WWE.
What's the E mean?
F. World Wrestling Federation was the F.
Oh.
Isn't it E now?
Yeah.
They change it up all the time. Did you know that the writers for when wrestling first got popular, they just got soap writers to come write their storylines?
I'm shocked. You could have. I don't know if I believe you. I
No,
just feel
I'm
like that sounds.
100%.
No, I'm teasing you. I'm
Okay.
saying that sounds based on the content.
Yeah.
It just seems like really off-brand and so fake. I just feel like that. I feel like Scorsese was actually helping out. That's funny.
So, in case you haven't been here before, I strongly recommend you go
Yeah,
listen to
you're
the
lost.
episode
This
on
is not
Thursday.
where you need to be right
Yeah,
now.
this isn't where you come as a new listener.
No, you need boot camp first. You hopped in on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
No, you need. There's no homework, but you need to catch up.
For Friday, there kind of is.
Oh,
Because you have to.
But at this point, you can do homework that's due, that you have to get it done now, and then you'll get your results, next Friday. But it's too late for what we're about to read.
Mm-hmm.
So what this is we're doing the results from But Am I Wrong? The episode that came out last week. But there's a brand new episode yesterday, and
you can be prepared for next week.
you've still got time because votes go up on our Instagram today, Friday. So
Hopefully.
it was on my to-do list to ask you.
But you also weren't responding to any of my
That's what I'm
messages.
saying.
So
So,
it's I don't know what she's doing, so I don't want to just send another thing. And then I was like, but if I sent this, and she'd have to respond, because then I know she saw it if she started
That's true.
posting it.
You should
There
just
are two
know that
thoughts.
I literally was reading your text messages to Moth, and I was like, oh my God, right? And then I just never responded.
Well,
Like,
what a
they were a
bitch.
part of my life, but I don't even know what what was I doing? Oh, I got glutened. That was it.
Okay.
I was trying to remember because I had today I got 3 messages of people being like, hey, haven't heard from you. And I was like, what happened to me? And I got sick. I was sick for 3 days.
Okay.
It's brutal. And then I, just didn't respond. Mm-hmm. But it's fine. I eventually did, everybody. Don't you worry.
After I shamed you.
Yeah. Publicly. I was actually, I was canceled. I was doxxed online. My livelihood was threatened.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have any more of those words.
Great, because they were all lies.
Wow. I'll get through this and I will write a memoir about my cancellation.
No, you can write an apology on a notes app and then screenshot it and then put it up on Twitter, and nobody will see it because everybody's leaving Twitter except for the incels, and then you can become their friend.
Oh, I'm gonna be a femcel.
Okay.
Okay. It's been a long day, everybody. So we're gonna read the results, and if you want to play along, we still have the highlights up for all the episodes. So we're doing episode 48. You can read along like an audiobook, physical book combo.
And both of them I'm involved with.
She is.
All right, you're up first.
Yes, me. But am I wrong? I pitched was kind versus nice, and kind is better than being nice. 2% said I was wrong. 98% said I was not wrong, and I got a lot of messages from people.
A lot of people were with you, Megan.
Yeah, I felt supported. I felt seen. I would like to know where all of you were when I was taking down Big Printer, and why that same energy has not been to hold Staples accountable for whatever role I don't know that they played, but I know that they were part of.
Did you ever get one?
A printer? No, they talk about it every day. I'm like, Mods, we need to get a printer. Because I need to like sell a bunch of fucking clothes on Depop and shit. And I don't, like, if I have to wait and ask Mods to like print them out at work and like all of that shit, like that's just an obstacle I don't like to have.
You can also buy ink and come put it and print it here.
But I need it, if it's not there at my house and easily accessible, I'm not even going to list them because I'm like, that's too much effort.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Even though like you come over here every Tuesday.
Yep.
And you can literally just
here's the thing.
Send it to the printer.
Melissa, this might only last another week or so, and then I might be ready. But in my mind right now, I create these fake obstacles that unless that condition works, I can't do it. I can put what on my Facebook?
That.
You're fucking... I am slowly but surely chipping away at the 1,001 things I have on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm currently celebrating a win for something I listed last spring.
Yeah, and I need you to put some effort into selling this for people that cannot see. It is a desk bike combination.
Dude, I actually think that would sell pretty quick.
I do too, but my little legs can't fit on it, so...
Oh, with a wig.
And I've had it for a year now.
Have you listed it anywhere?
No, haven't tried. I just thought about it while you were just saying that.
I think you'll be able to sell that quickly. I just hope you know your massage chair is...
I've given up on the massage chair.
That's
I've had a lot of scammers try to get it, and that's it.
Yeah, well...
I do have a friend, though. He is interested, but he also doesn't have a way to get it, so there's that.
Where does he live?
South LA. I actually kind of use it now, so I'm not really hard on selling it.
Because I was like, you're just like, I just think when you eventually move, you're just going to be like, I'm going to leave this here. You can have it.
Why?
Like, are you going to bring it with you when you move?
No, I'll get a better one.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I put a little blanket and then I sit on it so then it'll hit my shoulders right. But then it doesn't massage my ass the same. So it's just...
Oh, wow. That's a lot of adjustments you have to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, next up, you're ready.
Melissa, stop judging people by how well they age. Who was wrong? 1% said that I was wrong. 99% said I was not wrong. No one sent a message, so I don't know your thoughts.
True. And
so we move on.
Then we have writer number 1 versus boyfriend's grandmother who won't talk to her in English. 80% said the writer is wrong. 20% said the granny is wrong. I screenshotted a couple messages that people sent.
But if you're already looking, that's on you.
Oh, someone did send a message about yours that I thought was interesting. They said, I want to tag on to this when people say, oh, you'll appreciate that so much when you're older regarding looking younger looking. Like, what if I don't? What if that's super weird and inappropriate thing to say? Whenever I'm in shape, I start getting carded again and people say it over and over again. I'm just over it.
I got carded on Saturday.
I got the opposite of carded. We went to Lowe's and we were buying spray paint and the guy looked at Mott's and I and he goes, you're over 18. And I go, you don't know that. And he goes, I know you're over 18. And I was like, okay. You wouldn't know I had an audition for an 18-year-old that I couldn't do because I got glutened, but sure. Could be a TV 18.
Yeah, that's about it. Not real life.
No, God, don't. Okay. So someone said, from a granny is wrong voter, I agree with what Megan said about it being disrespectful to the writer to not try to learn, but it didn't sound like grandma told her that was the expectation. Like, that's pretty passive aggressive. Tell him what you want, granny. And someone else said, as someone currently living in Germany while dating a Dutch guy, languages are so hard, and someone having a common language with you and refusing to use it can be very disheartening and stressful. Obviously, if you're in a relationship and planning on living somewhere for a long time, then of course learn the language, but refusing to use English is mean and will just cause a rift in the writer's relationship with the guy's family. Yeah, you know, I don't disagree, but I think, you know, you have to have...
I do.
matching. No, I don't disagree that learning a language is hard.
No.
But I think like if you're going to choose to live in a different country and, you know, date someone from a different background and their whole family speaks a native language, I think like English as a common language is using that as like a, I don't want to say a crutch, but like using that as like treating that as a totally valued and equal thing as someone's native language is just, why can't I think of the word? When my people went and conquered the rest of the world, like, you know, the
Colonization?
there you go. I almost said colonialism,
No,
but I don't think that's the right tense.
it's not the right tense, but derived from it. All right. Then we've got writer number 2 versus getting deposit from the person she's subletting from. 92% said the writer is wrong. 8% said the writer is not wrong. The writer wrote in.
Do you want me to pull it up and you got it?
Okay. If you have it readily available, go for it.
I was cringing the entire time. Of course, I'd be wrong to expect any part of the deposit back. I wrote this after being hyped up by our mutual friend who thinks I deserve the deposit, but I don't. It was never agreed upon and Meghan is right. I don't know if she would have gotten it back. All of this was a lesson for me, though, and also led me to reflect on my own self, LMAO. Thanks for keeping it real. Love y'all. I also couldn't take over the lease because I wouldn't have been approved for it. Sad face. I'm glad that, you know, it resonated with you, but I love a friend who hypes you up. But yeah, sometimes when you have friends who are hyping you up, you're like, damn it, that was too hard in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
We girl bossed a little too close to the sun. Do you like the picture I chose?
Yes. Did you see that he started posting again?
The world is healing.
Yeah.
You're fucking kidding me. Wait, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he made a post a couple weeks ago saying I'm back. So I'm waiting for what the big thing is. But
On Twitter?
TikTok. It just came across my TikTok.
Joanne's on TikTok?
Uh-huh.
Joanne? Do you think Joanne, the scammer, has ever done a cosplay of Lady Gaga Pink Hat Joanne? I would love that. That's actually an iconic Halloween costume. Okay. Then we've writer number 3 versus not reaching out to a friend, possibly going through a hard time. 93% said the writer is wrong. 7% said the writer is not wrong. A lot of people related to that. And then
we've got writer number 4 versus roommate who threw a party. 11% said the writer is not wrong. 89% said the roommate is wrong. We got a response from the writer too.
They said, I screamed when I saw the title. I was the one whose roommate threw the party. At the time, it was cathartic to gather up the cans and throw them on the floor. But in hindsight, way more work for me. I loved listening to what you guys had to say. Thank you. We love the sound of our own voice. My wrong of the week, I nominated Yolanda Swim, home of the contouring bikini. 99% said this bitch is wrong. 1% said this bitch is not wrong. And I don't totally remember if these two people messaged and said might be, but
one person did.
Okay. And the other person has pronouns in their bio, and they're a child. So, you know,
Okay.
I hope either a mistake or growth. I have hopes.
We're pro pronouns if you decide. Just to gotta make that clear in case you're new.
If you're newer here, no, that was like a green flag.
Yeah.
Like that was like it's an indicator. Like I see someone, I don't know. I see someone with a I voted sticker.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, that's a little bit less clear, but I don't know. I see someone with a coexist bumper sticker.
Yeah.
I go, okay. There's a chance we might not vibe personally, but I think when we get down to the, actually, those are some extremists are getting.
They can be.
When you go so far left, you end up right.
Yeah. All right. My wrong of the week was states who are blocking student loan forgiveness. Who's wrong? 99% said the states are wrong. 1% said the states are not wrong. Somebody wrote in and apologized on behalf of their state.
We accept that. I
mean, my home state is part of that. So
can't do much about where you were born.
Yep.
Can't control where you're born, where you came out of. Sir.
You can see a little sweater I have on. Guess how old it is?
10 years old.
Nope.
I don't even remember the sweater, so I'm really just like throwing shots in the dark. 15 years old.
Nope.
More or less?
More.
What? 20 years old?
Yeah. So when I was in high school, this was my first job. You remember where my first job was?
Express?
Mm-mm.
Okay, don't tell me. Not Aeropostale.
No, never worked there. I did work at Express, but that was
were you in the Abercrombie conglomerate?
Mm-mm.
A clothing store?
Half clothing store.
Half of a clothing store.
Mm-hmm.
Give me another hint.
Half shoes.
Okay, well, obviously that's the only other thing could be half of, but like, oh my God, half clothing store.
Athleisure.
Oh, Foot Locker.
Yes, Lady Foot Locker.
I almost just said Journeys, but I was trying to remember what that was called.
So when I was working there, I just wanted this. I was like, this looks really cool. And so I worked there for as long as I worked there. And this was like $160. And I was like, I want that. So this was the first thing I ever bought with my money, my own money.
Wow.
Yeah. And I still have it.
Dare I say, that's a great investment.
Right?
Like you
20 years later.
20 years later, but like,
and it looks good.
no, it's cute.
Yeah.
Wait, that's actually so funny because you put your mind to something that many years ago and you're like, I want that.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the time when you're that age, you're like, wow, I spent all that to like get that. And you go, not only did I still want it after I finally made the money, I still wear it 20 years later. Damn.
So I think about that every time I put this on. I'm just like, look what your investment, because this is, first of all, me buying something that costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Especially at that age.
Oh my, I don't, without a doubt. Like,
And now it's still a lot of money.
No,
but
yeah.
invest in things and then it pays off.
I'm so impressed. Because if I bought something, how old did you say you were?
16.
Whew. Okay, 16 was a little more. I had like a higher possibility of it not being awful, but like
TCBY days.
Yeah, I mean, actually, once we got to 16, I probably spent my first paycheck on a sandwich or something. Like, it was so not like, I don't remember saving up for that stuff, like at that job, babysitting and that. But like, I guess, yeah, because I don't know what I would have spent the money on. And then I had YouTube, and that's when that job happened. But like,
well, that's when you start making the big bucks.
Well, not really. It was like, I got, when I first started, it was like when they first implemented, because I was there before the partner program started, but it was only a couple months. And then it was like every, like, at like 3 months later, I got like $100. And then like,
but it was an investment.
6 months later, I got another $50 or $100 or something like that. It's a slow burn. But like, apparently influencers make so much fucking money now, like some ones who do this. And it's just like so weird to me that like brands will pay so much money for some of this shit. But I'm now viewing it like Super Bowl ads. It's a lot of money or baseball contracts because it's fleeting. Like the window of purchasing. And it's not about brand longevity. It's not about like brand awareness, because they also know that these influencers they're paying all this money for are going to basically most likely become obsolete like in a year.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of thought put in. It's just like
this is
a one and
now.
done thing. It makes sense though, because like,
maybe reinvent yourself and call yourself the Phoenix and say
she rises
again.
Well, no, I think about it in like the...
And by reinvent, I mean make up a whole new personality, like you're a brand new person.
Yeah.
And then they don't
Amazing
know.
Amy. But I think that it's because people like are willing to sell out now because like their careers, like they don't think about longevity and like, oh, I'm going to make this money at some point, And also people are like hustle culture. Back then, hell no hustle culture. Lie. Say you do this for free.
Well,
do you ever wish that like you could go on, like you see someone on TikTok or you see someone online somewhere and you go, why do you have so much money? I need to be able to, I want that question answered. There's this person who I saw on TikTok. I think to the untrained eye, they're like, oh, I mean, yes, beautiful, nice house, like nice garden and stuff. Nice whole thing. This makes sense. Nice clothes. But as somebody who lives without a doubt within a 10-mile radius of this person, I'm like, you're dripping money. Where does this money come from? And I'm not getting any fucking info from social media.
Who?
I don't know this person. They're a person I saw on TikTok. Look at this. I'm going to show you. We're not going to say who they are because I don't know if they're a bad person. I don't think they are a bad person, so I don't want to like blow them up. But I just like, I want to know how you have so much money.
Well, all I'm seeing is a garden, so it's not really.
Melissa, look how large that garden is.
Oh, this is all I'm seeing.
Oh, here, let me give you a better one.
Okay. It's like it's a watermelon, okay?
I that was my bad. I actually did not pre-scroll the video to make sure that was the right one.
They just have this in their yard.
Yes,
this is like their whole yard, though.
No, it's
massive.
It's huge. And let me show you the house.
Hold on. I just need. Can I look at their Instagram?
Yes, but I'm not getting the information I need.
You don't know, like, the family. All they talk about is this stuff.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't want to say it.
No, I know. I want to know what they do for a living, and I want to know where the money comes
LinkedIn?
from. Here's the thing.
Also, did you look at what they do?
I tried.
The parents?
Well, whose parents are those?
I don't know.
Because one of the parents, I looked, and I think we're somewhere, but I just.
Yeah, I think. Look, read that last sentence. If they're home builders, well, that's where the money came from.
You know how, like, you can just tell from the caption that they're rich, just like how they speak.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would never talk like this. And that's not like they're out of touch thing. It's just like you sound like you would embroider this on like stationery and emboss it. Like, it just sounds like wealthy.
Do you have plans for this coming weekend, even though it's Tuesday?
That's a good question. Let's see. This weekend. Oh, my nephew's birthday is on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Did you decide what cake you're making?
No, I'm not. I'm probably a panda. It seems like the easiest.
Panda.
So we'll probably see him this weekend because we are opting out of his official birthday party because there are multiple toddlers who cough with their mouth open.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be not a great ventilated area. And as somebody who has gotten strep twice, I'm not doing that. So we're just going to see him after, and we'll probably hang out with him then. And then I want to go potentially, fingers crossed, paint our bathroom. Either match the white that we already have in there with the spot that's chipped off, or I might paint one of the walls pink.
Mm-hmm.
But my number one thing this weekend is Christmas decorating.
So you're going to decorate your house?
Yeah. I'm pulling everything we have out of storage, and then I'm going to like go shop and find some new stuff that I want to do. I have different vibes that I want. Like, what's your dream Christmas aesthetic?
To have someone else come do it?
But what do you want it to look like if they were like, what's your mood board?
It's expensive.
Do you want a glam Christmas? Do you want like a Jackie Ina Christmas?
I don't know what her Christmas... I just followed her this year.
I don't know what her Christmas looks like either, but
it would probably be similar to that.
It would just, whatever it is, it's expensive,
yeah.
And it looks like glamorous.
Yeah, I hate putting up Christmas decorations. I hate taking them down. I hate looking at them.
What?
Like in a box.
Oh.
Like in a box.
It is weirdly depressing.
Like, I don't want to be involved in it at all.
You want to surprise and delight.
I want it to smell good, like peppermint.
Do you want your house to be decorated? No. Okay.
No. My mother asked me if I was decorating. I was like, what's the point? I'm leaving on... I mean, you keep yours up year round. But, I mean, half the year. But I'm leaving on like the 15th. What's the point? And then I'd have to come back and take it down? No, thank you.
That's fair. Christmas brings me more joy than ever. So it's a lifeline for me.
Yeah,
and
I understand that.
I kind of want to be like, I'm kind of obsessed with this. This is a Christmas tree where they have like the dried oranges on it. And then they also tied bows. I'm like obsessed with it.
Okay. I've never heard of that.
No, my whole aesthetic again is kind of like kooky British grandma.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I am a person that, as far as like ornaments goes, I don't really like the bought kind. I like the kind that all the children have made.
Yeah. We have like a bunch of like random baubles. I hate glass ornaments.
Yeah, they break so easily.
Well, as someone who recently broke her toe by dropping a camera battery on it. Like, I drop fucking everything. Mm-hmm. Like, I literally drop my phone 10,000 times a day. I dropped my phone in a puddle this morning. Like,
you just dropped it right now.
I did. Literally, as I said that. Like, I drop everything. And I bump into everything. I knock things over. I broke a glass today. I broke a vase, a whole fucking vase in the garage on my way out, and I didn't have time to clean it. So I did text Mott's, and until this moment I was telling you this, I forgot about it, and I texted him and I said, "Don't let me forget I broke a vase in the garage. I don't have time to clean it now, and I'm just not gonna fucking remember that it's broken." And it's like broken when you open the door.
Yeah.
So I don't want a glass ornaments, but I have like a bunch of these like old like, you know, bulbs in like a specific color scheme. And I'm like, I don't like this vibe anymore. Like, I want this to feel like Christmassy. I don't want this to feel so like it feels a little like curated and kind of cold.
Yeah, I like the hominess of it.
Yeah, my theme
right now I just prefer just to cook.
Well, yeah, and also like right now, like I have a newfound desire to like get new decorations and stuff because like this is our first home.
Yeah,
and so
that makes sense.
My whole vibe that I want the whole house to feel like, but I also really want the Christmas like. I want to feel collected. So like every year I've been getting like, you know, 1 or 2 new ornaments. So I'm not trying to build out like an entire tree at once.
Mm-hmm.
And when we have been traveling, I'll like find ornaments there. Like I really love doing that. And I wanted to find, there's like a bunch of like little cheesy our first house ornaments. But there's some where people will like do drawings of like your actual house.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that would like be cute or something like that to like, you know, mark the time in our first home.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And I want to get a real garland and like a real wreath.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm keeping my fake Christmas tree because I am born and raised in California and fires? Fuck no.
Also allergies.
Yeah. And when I forget to water my plants for a second, like, or a little bit, okay, 1 leaf falls out. If I forget to water a fucking Christmas tree, not only is it a fire hazard, but all of the pine needles will drop off and then create mess that is like glitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll be messy forever.
No thanks.
No fucking thank you. So, oh my gosh, I want to go to Target and like look at Christmas decorations.
Well, you should start now and not the week before the holiday.
Bitch, you literally asked me what am I doing this weekend, and I said this Christmas.
I'm just
it's
saying.
not the week before.
I'm just saying what you did for Halloween.
That's because I'm not a Halloween girly. That's my issue.
You are now.
Well, now I know better, but I have been Christmas ready. Like when we were initially looking for Halloween, like we went to Target a couple times and I just never looked at the Halloween decorations. I was looking at Christmas and then finally I was like, I guess I have to look at Halloween. And then suddenly they weren't there anymore.
Well,
it's because I knew what I really cared about.
Maybe I'll decorate when I'm knocked up next year.
Who are you going to get knocked up by?
We'll see.
Do you have a vetting process? Or are you going to, I feel like I could actually see you doing something of like becoming like January Jones or Mindy Kaling where like nobody knows. And you're like, what?
No.
No, like the public. Like it would suddenly, you would tell everybody?
No, I need somebody that's going to be there and pay for half the child.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, but I meant like that you would suddenly, like, have you ever seen the people who like do like a pregnancy announcement? People are like, I didn't even know that. What?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, that kind of thing.
Oh,
but
no.
the people will know who the father is. They need to know who's responsible for it.
No, mean you will. Yeah.
No, the public will know, but nobody will know until like a month before I'm giving birth.
You're gonna soft launch a human life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like I don't see like I think
it's gonna be a surprise.
That's
like,
what I mean. Like
hello.
for the bit, yeah, that's fully. And you're just gonna be one day. You're gonna have your stomach painted with an alien in the middle.
And that's who the father was.
Thank you, E.T.
You'll all know.
Did you know that Drew Barrymore?
We bring up Drew Barrymore every Fisting Friday.
Drew, what is that about you? I like pause because I know she comes up on your For You page too. Mm-hmm. But did you see that? So she had the for like some celebration of E.T., the scariest movie alive. Terrifying.
Is it? It's an alien.
The Shining and E.T.
Never seen The Shining because I don't like scary movies, but E.T.
When you watch something that scares you as a kid, I think it sticks with you.
I don't know if I've seen the full. I don't think I've seen all of E.T. And when I saw the amount that I did see, I was a child, so who knows how I actually feel.
It's still scary. And I also have a hard time with like creatures in movies, as well as like people in furry costumes with their heads covered.
He's an alien.
No, but the official. Okay, come on, don't do this to me. You work in the industry. You know the fucking official term is creature. Like it's not. It's like fuck off. Nobody, unless anyone works in LA in the industry, they're not gonna know that's like legitimately what you call.
About,
don't do this to me.
Don't do what?
You're being a bad improv partner. You're not saying yes and. Anyways,
I'm laughing, so it must be pretty funny.
So am I, sadly.
Yep.
She had the producers or like people who like I think producers on who were on ET come on the Drew Barrymore show, and like so she was so fucking young when she did that.
Yeah.
And she was like talking about some of the memories that she had, but she doesn't remember like everything. And so they were sharing, they were like, she was like, I just remember like, I loved him. And they were like, yeah, you like thought he was real. Like, and like you used to bring him food in his trailer. Like you used to knock on the door and there was like one day on like, it was cold and you went to wardrobe and you were like, he needs a scarf. Like he's going to be really cold. And like, so then production was like, uh-oh, she thinks this is real. And so they went to go tell Steven Spielberg and he was like, okay. And so then he hired 2 people to man E.T. for the whole rest of the movie.
Oh my gosh.
So when so he was just like anytime that she would come over and talk to him, he would like be reanimated. So like he didn't want that to like die for her. Mm-hmm. And so like
when he went home in the movie, did she think he actually went home?
Yeah. And like she was like, I don't even remember like when I found out. Like I don't even really like remember like.
Why are you talking like Drew Barrymore right now?
Because
you're like
no, my smile like
you're showing her mouth right now. Y'all can't see it, but Megan is telling the story and doing the Drew Barrymore mouth.
It's my accidental impression because I'm trying to remember what she said. But she was like, it was like she didn't even seem like I didn't watch the full clip, but like she didn't like totally remember like how it happened. But I thought that was like the sweetest thing ever. And I don't know when it happened afterwards, but like he then became her godfather.
Oh.
And I was like, wow. And they still have a good relationship. And like, I could see him recognizing that like, you know, you don't have to do that to a kid because they treat child actors like adults. And
yeah.
the only reason why there's protections is like legality. Like it's not like when people are talking about like, oh, they were so good to us as kids. It's like, well, no, legally they have to do certain things. Yeah. But it seemed like he knew, like he wanted to like be like a good influence and like adult figure in her life. But don't quote me on that because I didn't watch the whole fucking thing.
Okay.
But I thought that was fucking adorable. I love her. Friend of the podcast.
Great. Let's get her on.
Let's do it.
Tell corporate.
Corporate? Page in corporate? Get Drew on the pod. Not Dr. Drew. You know that one of my serotonin boosts is the Sandra Bullock on Kelly Clarkson. Mm-hmm. That video where Sandra Bullock just keeps saying, well, my parents are dead. And Kelly Clarkson's like, I don't know what to say to that. I wish in a non-pandemic world, I want to go to that. To be fair, though, a lot of those daytime shows, it's so weird. It's kind of like really watching the sausage be made.
It's also like they tell you how to react and when to react. And I'm the person that doesn't do what they tell me.
Oh, well, that's what I tried to do for The Bachelor.
And that's how I won the audience, the queen of the audience on the Jimmy Kimmel show.
They love to kind of be negged. Like, they kind of love that. Like, that was me on when I went to go, the Women Tell All. I don't remember what I saw, but The Bachelor.
I remember. I didn't even watch The Bachelor, but it was, like, popping up that you were there, and people thought you were invited, and you were like, no?
I mean, technically I was invited, but only because, like, I was, like, obsessed with The Bachelor, and I have, like, mutuals with one of the former producers, and he was like, do you want to come? And I was like, are you kidding? And he was like, yeah, come. And I was like, oh, amazing.
They did so many close-ups.
Well, it was literally, and it was so fucking funny because I was like, I'm not falling for any of this shit. Like all of this, like, you know, you watch them hand people signs and like use this and this and this. And I'm like, and I felt really bad for the contestants because they were like, oh my God, they brought signs. They're a fan of me. And I'm like, I just watched a PA draw that and hand us to a random person who has no, like, but like, I felt bad for them for thinking that. But then I remember that, like, I forget, like, I was, like, trying so hard. I'm like, I'm not going to have any reactions to this because, like, so much of the stuff that you can, like, tell is, like, whatever.
Yeah, and they're cutting from a different
and, like,
part.
I don't even know what it was a reaction to. I literally think it was, like, during a break or fucking something. But they cut back to it all the fucking time. And still, they used it in, like, women tell-alls and men tell-alls for other seasons. And I'm like, I wasn't there.
And why do I have on the exact same thing that I did
I'm like,
5 years ago?
Yeah, but they also did it with someone else. I forgot who it was, but someone else I like knew or was a friend of. And they were like, mine is like 7 years old that they keep like putting back that same clip. And I was like, that's so funny. R.I.P. to that show. It was a short, small stint in my life where I decided to become, that's like if ADHD is like an app, like personified, is me watching one season of The Bachelor, becoming obsessed, going to the women tell all in that one season, and not even, I think I watched half of the next season and then I was completely over it.
Look at you.
That's literally me, like going so hard at something and then just dropping it and then never looking back and not giving a shit. I know Mott's was like, it's just not good. I was like, yeah, it's really not. Anyways,
I
do wish I could be on it though.
Tonight on The Bachelor, we have our first contestant, our first bachelorette, who is already engaged. Let's see who she picks for her friend Melissa. Actually, that'd be a good show.
Yeah. I also think that, like, psychologically, like, I wouldn't want to, commit this psychological warfare on other people. But, like, I would love going on and it kind of like how, like, Fuckboy Island had, like, the plot twist. Like, I would love if you do a whole thing and you, like, trick the audience and you're just, like, lying and acting. And, like, as a social experiment, like, I would just find it so... This makes me sound like I'm, like, a complete sociopath. But, like, I would just love to go to that, like, a thing like this and see, like, get a read on the lead and the person and just see if I can just, like, figure out who they're into, become that person, and just, like, see if I could do it. Mm-hmm. Like, because, like, my ego is through the roof going, I could win The Bachelor easy. I'm like, of course I could win it. Like, there's a form in my head. I'm like, there's a way to do it. There's a way to get this, like, random Iowa farmer to fall in love with me, and then I would win. But I think that that's the ego that the villains have when they go on the show and then end up as villains.
Maybe if you weren't so public with your life.
Yeah. And that you couldn't pull these clips.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's it.
That's it.
We're done.
Goodbye.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast. And with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Merry Christmas, everybody. My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the co-hosts of the Christmas. Let me try that again. Merry Christmas, everybody. My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the hosts of Christmas Countdown Show.
We're so thrilled to be bringing the merriment to you all this holiday season.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be massively merry, gigantically jolly, fantastically festive, as some people might say, Eric. We are all about alliterations, and we are all about Christmas spirit. On Christmas Countdown, we love to count down our top 10 favorite things related to the holiday season. That could be food, movies, music, everything that we all love about this massively merry good time. So wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button. Eric, are you ready?
I am ready, and we hope that you are too. Merry Christmas, everybody. Let's go. It should be like, let's go, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.